Okay, so you've written your first paragraph for your narrative, and I'm sure you've done a great job putting your header at the top of the paper and a title centered. Make sure everything's double spaced for MLA format. Now what I want to talk to you about is that body paragraph and the conclusion. The body paragraph, I would like you to strive for what you see under your rubric, the number 4. You want your story to be engaging. You don't have to do all of those things listed. I've circled a couple. One is dialogue, and I'll show you real quickly. I can post this also on your Google Classroom. But here are some examples of dialogue where you put the information in quotes, things that people are saying to each other. You may not remember exact words, and that's okay. But if you kind of remember the discourse, what people were discussing in whatever you're describing in the narrative, that takes it to that higher level. That shows higher level thinking to be able to employ dialogue into your narrative. Of course, this would go in your body paragraph. This is where you're adding more details and description. You also could possibly just talk about an action, be very vivid with the situation. Maybe you have a question that you want to consider or ponder, or an interesting fact. This is all going into your body paragraph. The sound effect. And I guess it doesn't have to be the body paragraph, to be honest with you. A good writer could do this from the beginning. You probably wouldn't put dialogue in the beginning. But if you had it, I've seen college level students, and you're smart enough to do this, start off with a quote or an interesting fact, or maybe even a sound effect. So if you feel comfortable and you want to put that back into the first paragraph as you're getting ready to turn in the 3-paragraph essay, then you may redo that first paragraph and add these things. If you don't want to do that, you can put this in the body paragraph where details usually go. And just to remind you again, we did talk about the literary device onomatopoeia, which is a sound word. So showing a sound effect in your story would definitely be higher level thinking, and it would get an A on your paper, or be part of what it takes to get an A. So a sound word again would be click or tick tock. Those words make sounds. Buzz, like an insect buzzed around. Pow, all the words that go with the superheroes and the comic strips. Those little captions above their heads when things go pow or boom, those are sound words. There are many others. Onomatopoeia. So I'm looking for some engaging, higher level thinking in that middle paragraph. And then if you notice on down, it says use descriptive adjectives or vivid verbs, using the literary devices, comparing things, using like or as, that would be a simile. And then your conclusion, I know that you could write the same old, just summing it up. That's probably what most English teachers teach at this point. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's pretty boring, especially if you've been teaching as long as I have. So I'm going to challenge you. I would like you to try to write some kind of reflection. Maybe whatever you're describing, you could discuss how this has shaped you, what you learned from it. Is there a moral to the story? That makes a good piece of writing great. Something that takes that reader to the higher level. It could even be a tradition that you hope gets passed down from generation to generation. So you want to leave your reader really thinking, how did this affect you? How did it shape you? 3 paragraphs, due Sunday.